Thank you very much, Professor Ife, for joining us. So these developments signify a softening of tone by the ECOWAS bloc on Mali. Can you tell us more about the implications of this on Mali's transition to democracy?
Well, obviously, ECOWAS is very open to negotiations, mediation, and a short-term program a robust program of transition. And in the case of Mali, they have finally provided a short term, just between now and 2024, both the parliamentary election, the constitutional amendments, and then of course a referendum, and then ultimately a presidential election. So with those in place and sufficient guarantees, then the road is clear. We can see the end in sight. And that will be good news to all parties in the current dispensation.
Now, these sanctions were meant to force Malians, in a sense, to not be receptive to the military government and the whole military leadership. Has this been the case?
Well, the Malian case is very complex. The withdrawal of the French troops, the various actors in different theaters. You have the ISIS and the Al-Qaeda linked people, and then you have separatist movement in the south. It's very, very complex case. And then you have a coup and counter coup. So it's very, very complex. And when you have a complex case like of that nature, then you don't expect a very simple response. It was a very far-reaching response from the ECOWAS authorities to get them to the negotiation table and to produce a rather shorter term negotiation framework and implementation. So that was the case, but it's just not exactly the same with the other circumstances.
And there's a sense, Professor, that ECOWAS has been much more lenient with Guinea and Burkina Faso. There hasn't been the hardline stance ECOWAS took with Mali when it comes to Guinea and Burkina Faso. Has it? Do you think it's been soft or lenient?
No, I'm not sure it's a matter of lenience. It's just a circumstance. Every circumstance is different. Okay, like Burkina Faso has, first of all, you have to be receptive to negotiators coming in and then be prepared to deal with mediation. But that door has to be open first and foremost. And you could see that Burkina Faso is very, very open. The mediators are very, very receptive and happy about the meetings and the outcome of the meetings. And then you've seen a plan that is responsive within the shorter time scale. And ECOWAS likes that kind of spirit, so that things can work out very, very quickly. They don't like a standoff situation and then arbitrarily dropping off a longer term program that tends to legitimize that's not what they're after.
Right, so ECOWAS has come under immense pressure in the region to moderate its hardline response to the crisis in Guinea, Burkina Faso and Mali. What can the bloc do to help stabilize these countries?
Well, the thing is that if the thing from Burkina Faso is more acceptable, then it's not likely that we're going to impose sanctions or continue to strengthen. So the thing is, the case of Guinea, they've been warned anyway. And you don't forget that Guinea's circumstance is slightly different because Guinea has a larger measure of economic independence. And we want to tread with caution in the case of Guinea because quite a few countries depend on Guinea for their power and all that stuff. So we have to tread with greater caution, even though the 3-year they offered is rejected, but we would hope that they will come to a more open to negotiation and then get a much more realistic timetable. But I'm not sure, if they don't, then there's going to be a sanction, and that has been promised if they don't play ball.
All right, Professor, thank you for that. Professor Ken Ife joining us via Zoom from Abuja in Nigeria.